Hello, friends. Cowboy Joe Boo here with the Joe Boo Sports Report, and we are setting up for our tailgate. And we have the most famous Scooter Magruder. How are we doing today?
You already know, Cowboys Nation is live and in effect. We are out here about to get this W. The W is necessary.
You heard it from Scooter Magruder. So tell me, have you heard about Joe Boo's Chicken Wings?
I have not heard about Joe Boo's Chicken Wings, but I'm willing to try them.
Okay, come back here in about 20 minutes and you're going to get your eat on. I'm Cowboy Joe Boo, reporting live here at FedEx, where the Dallas Cowboys are about to bitch slap the Redskins. So, we got started a little bit late, but look at this. Joe Boo's Wings. We got our Bang Bang sliders coming, and I'm about to slap some burgers on it. Take a look at all of the people that have already shown up here, part of the Joe Boo crew. Part of the Joe Boo crew out here. We got some Mojo Punch, and we're about to get our eat on. Guys, it's James Kane burning up the grill. Oh. Hello, friends. Cowboy Joe Boo here with the Joe Boo Sports Report, and I'm getting photo bombed as always. Yeah, you heard that. We are here opposite the players' entrance right there, AT&T Stadium, and of course, I'm always getting my picture taken. The players will be rolling in here. In fact, is that one of the team? Is that a team bus coming up here right now? Could it be? Do I see a turn signal here? Do we? Is that a VIP source? No. Is it turning? No, it's not turning. Not one of the player buses. But here we are live reporting from our tailgate. We have great fans. Well, hello there. How is everybody doing? Here we are. Please drink Mojo Punch. We got chicken wings and sliders. Please eat them while they are hot. How are we doing? Hey, how are we doing? This Cowboy Joe Boo, and you are?
Jay Harpersfield.
Jay Harpersfield.
And Joe Boo.
Fantastic. And how are we doing? Wait. There is the thing. I think I need to go get my phone finger as well. And you are? Derek, welcome to the party, man. Make yourself at home. And who is the lovely lady? Who is giving the finger, giving the bird to the birds? Please make yourself at home. We have wings and everything else going on here. Here we go.
Well, hello, everybody. Well, hello, everybody. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank everybody for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Welcome to our show. It is Friday night. It is the weekend here. Okay, we have the real Cowboys family in here tonight. Not the fake one. So if you see you in my Cowboys family cussing me out, then that's the fake one. Beware of trolls that are out there that are just trying to stir some stuff up. Evidently, their lives just suck because they must not be really Cowboy fans. Because they just want to stir some crap up, try and get us fighting and things like that. But understand, listen, we're all Cowboy fans here. Well, no, we do have some trolls. We do have some Redskin fans that are in here. But understand, man, we can have a difference of opinion and still like each other. Just listen to somebody else, tell them, yeah, okay, your team sucks, but you're okay. Let's have fun, because I got to tell you, I've got the stinking New York Giant fan. I've got a couple of Redskin fans that are friends of mine. I hate the team. I'm going to talk some trash, but we have fun together, and that's what this is all about. And this has been an incredible week thus far. Just reliving some of my youth, listening to some of the old school Cowboy players, some of the old school Redskin players, reliving the past. Guys, welcome everybody to the show. I see Savage Time. I see Kevorkian. I see Rob. I see My Cowboys Family. I see Marcellus. I see Extreme Archery. I see Eric Freeman. I see Sarah. I see Mims. I see Victor. Man, I see so many people, man. I'm going literally blind. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Over on the Vimeo chat, I see Deontay Staggs. I see D. Detailer. And I'm sure that troll Falcons Nation with his dumbass self is going to be in here. Hey, Falcons Nation, buddy, you do know your Atlanta Falcons are below 500.
But they're going to win on Monday.
Well, we'll see what happens. And there's Jackie. Listen, don't mess up because Cam and Miss Jackie will ban your behind. So take it easy. No problem. I see Mike Mosh is even in the house. Man, we got everybody. Guys, I got a lot of work to do. When I get finished this live stream, I have 8 pork shoulders. Lawrence Harris, thank you for the super chat. I've got 8 pork butts. 70 pounds of pork butts that I've got to start smoking tonight. We're going to be smoking those hogs early for our tailgate. I'm excited. Last year I had my first one, and we had, what do you think, Mike, about 60 people or so? Space Cowboy was there. I met him there for the first time. We met Scooter Magruder there last year. We met C.J. Richardson. So then we took our show on to Dallas against the Eagles. Unfortunately, didn't get to win. But we had, maybe 100 people at that one, Mike? We literally have 180 people on Facebook that said they're interested. We have 60 plus that said they are definitely going to be there. I'm going to be cooking my ass off. I got to make a pot of chili tomorrow. I got to get my chicken wings, 80 pounds of them. If you guys are going to the game, I said originally it was going to be Orange Lot A. My mistake. Unfortunately, they only had 2 parking passes. We need 3 because we got a couple of truckloads of stuff we got to bring. They're right beside the Orange Lot. When you first come in on Central Avenue, it's the first lot on the left, close to the stadium. So if you've been there before, if you know where the parking structure is, what?
The Metro is right there too.
Yeah, the Metro is actually close to that too. Yeah, now, if you do not want to buy a ticket, and who wants to give Dan Snyder any money? It's a dump. You'll look at the pillars and stuff on there, it's cracked cement coming off of it. I call it a toxic waste dump. If you don't want to go into the game, but you want to be part of the tailgate, we got something for you. We're going to have a couple of tents set up there. We're going to have people actually staying out in the parking lot, keep the cars safe. And they're going to be eating, throwing down, and having a ball and watching the game outside. So I'm going to have actually, because it's going to be chilly, so dress warm. It's only going to be about 52 degrees outside during the day, and it's going to get down in the upper 30s that night. I'm going to have a propane heater out there. I've got a 32 and a 50-inch TV that we're going to have out there. I'm bringing about 15 chairs or so. We're going to have tons of food so you can actually party with a bunch of Cowboy fans. We're going to try and live stream from the game, but I can't guarantee how good the signal will be. If it isn't good, we will just post a lot of videos. So we'll have footage from inside the stadium out there. We'll have the live stream of the people out there enjoying themselves, and we're going to have a ball. We know C.J. Richardson is planning on showing up. I'm hoping to see Scooter Magruder again this year. Mrs. Price might even come by. So it's going to be a party, and it's all thanks to you guys because of donations and things like that we're going to be able to do this. It is a toilet bowl stadium, but listen, that doesn't matter. We got the Redskins and we got the Cowboys. And you can see, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go out on the field if they need me. Jerry, Jason Garrett, you need me out there? I'm good for 1 or 2 plays, man. I will do whatever it takes for us to get a win because, guys, this could be huge. If we can get a win, if we can finally get a win on the road against the Washington Redskins, that's 2 wins in the division. That is going into the bye week to go ahead and get a little even healthier than where we are right now. And understand, I'm not ready to do a score prediction yet. I'll do that tomorrow. Understand how important this is. If we can win this game and come out relatively healthy and go into a bye week with the win, a little momentum, and be on the plus side of winning, that's huge. That is huge. We lose this, you got a whole lot of question marks coming. And on top of it, Kevorkian, listen, dude, 3 years, 25, you know what? I'm not even going to just, listen, we'll talk about Dak's contract at the end of the year, but you're not even, $10 million a year is backup quarterback money. Backup quarterback money. Sam frickin' Bradford, who can't make it through 2 games, is getting $20 million. And you're saying pay the dude $25 for 3 years? You know what? If I was Dak Prescott and I was offered, I'd just say, that's okay. I can walk. Because he'll get paid by somebody. I can guarantee you somebody will pay him quarterback money. Because guess what? Look what the freaking Raiders are paying Derek Carr right now. Derek Carr is getting $25 million a year, and he's crying on the field. Literally crying on the field. He's got the same amount of touchdowns as Dak Prescott with 4 more interceptions. So get out of here with this crap that Dak Prescott doesn't deserve to get paid. Because you know what? And the bottom line in football, because see, now you get me fired up here. I'm already ready to go ahead and run through a brick wall for the Cowboys. But you guys are getting me fired up here. Because the bottom line in the NFL is it doesn't matter if you win 50-3, or if you win 29-28, or if you win 6-3. A win is a win. And guess what? You got 25 wins in the last 2 1/3 seasons out of that. Out of Dak Prescott leading the team. And guess what? He's not leaving body parts on the field where he can't play. So give me a goddamn break. Now, and you know what? I tell you what. I got a group. I got Law Nation. I got DMV Dallas Cowboys. I got Missing in Action Clarence. I got Michael Anthony Fitness. And I got DMV Dallas Cowboys. He sent a really interesting text to me today. Let me pull this up because I want to make sure that I get my facts right, because you guys, if I get something wrong, y'all will be the first ones to tell me that's not exactly right. You got that wrong. Really? You're not professional. I'm not getting ESPN money. I'm Joe the Fan out here talking and giving you stuff, okay? But now check this out. Big Game James puts him out there. When you look at the talent, okay, now, and I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is Aaron Rodgers. I didn't say that. But understand, he's only in his 3rd year. 3rd year. Where was Tony Romo his 3rd year? I'll wait for it. Wait for it. On the bench. Learning. Aaron Rodgers wasn't Aaron Rodgers his 3rd year. Lord knows Troy Aikman wasn't Troy Aikman his 3rd year. But let's look at this standpoint. And I challenge you to tell me somebody that has a worse situation than this. Because when we look at the talent at wide receiver, and I'm not throwing shade on our guys because I love our guys. I love our guys on our team. This is where everybody was drafted. Cole Beasley, undrafted. Deontay Thompson, undrafted. Allen Hurns, undrafted. Lance Lenore, undrafted. Noah Brown, 7th round. Michael Gallup, 3rd round. Bryce Butler, 6th round. Blake Jarwin, undrafted. Rico Gathers, 6 rounds, no football experience since 8th grade. And Josh Swan, 6th round. Now, I challenge you to find me another team that has less guys. Oh, and I forgot, somebody texted me, Terrence Williams was a 3rd round draft pick. Well, Terrence Williams on injured reserve. Okay, so I challenge you guys to tell me what team has a worse wide receiver core than that. Just tell me what team. It's not like he's thrown to Hopkins. It's not like he's thrown to an Antonio Brown or Julio Jones, a playmaker. Because, see, here's the thing. If Dak Prescott does not throw the ball right here to the guys right there, everybody talks about his accuracy. Did you look at Deshaun Watson, some of the passes to Hopkins when we played him? He's jumping out the building to get him. He's jumping, grabbing ones from behind, and so on. Nobody is dead on. As Jerry Jones said today, listen, if it's in your hands, you need to catch the damn ball. Seriously. He is so micromanaged. And I did a video today talking about Derek Carr. Derek Carr was considered the number 60th player in the NFL last year. His numbers were freaking identical to Dak Prescott's. And we said Dak Prescott's season was, crap. And we agreed it was crap. But yet, everybody looked at Derek Carr. Oh, he's a great quarterback. Well, the Raiders are looking at dumping his ass. So leave my quarterback alone. You guys think they just grow on trees? You can just go ahead and, we'll get a couple picks. We'll just draft a guy and he'll be great. How many teams have been trying to do that crap? Talk to Cleveland. Talk to the Jets. Talk to Arizona. Hell, talk to the Washington Redskins. They think that they got it made having Alex Smith. How many more years do you think that guy's got left on that body? Give me a freaking break, man. Damn. I'm fired up, man. I am ready for these Redskins, man. But let me drink some coffee and settle down. Anyway, I'm back now. I am back, and I am happy as can be because I am ready, and I mean ready for Sunday. Vash Lombardi, we ain't leaving Dak alone. Leave my coaches alone, Pops. Okay, I don't know if that's the real Vash or a fake one. Garrett sucks. Sorry. Garrett still sucks. You're never going to get me to say differently. When you are ranked first in the NFL on fourth down and you decide not to go for it on fourth down, again, that's one of those many, many Jason Garrett traits and things and ways of losing games that he's come up with. We always find crazy-ass ways to lose games. We find historically bad things, like losing twice at home last year after scoring 30 points. The first team ever to do that. Trade for Amari Cooper. Well, that's an interesting point. We're going to get to that in a minute, too. But let's get back to the rivalry here. When I grew up, football was a lot different. Football was brutal. Football, you better have your chin strap buckled up, and you better be rock and roll because they came after you. And those guys played more for the love of the sport than the money. There was not a lot of off-season working together because they truly hated each other. It wasn't that. Here's where it bothers me. Listen to a player when they're interviewed. Listen to them say, well, I'm here to help this team. This team? You mean your team, don't you? Isn't the Cowboys your team? See, I got an education from Demario Davis, and I can understand exactly the way he feels. He says, I'm an independent contractor. You may get signed for a 5-year contract, but really, it's all a series of 1-year deals. They can cut you at any point. See, he went from being drafted by the Jets to a year in Cleveland to a year with the Jets, and then the next year with New Orleans. So if the teams aren't loyal to me, and I could be playing for anybody, why would I be loyal to them? It wasn't that way when I grew up. When I grew up, you knew the manster, Randy White, was going to be a Cowboy. You knew Dyron Talbert was going to be a Redskin. You knew Joe Theismann was forever going to be Redskin. So they looked at this as the guys I know, my teammates. I ain't going nowhere. This is literally me. The love of the team and love of the sport, because a lot of these guys had to have jobs in the offseason to make ends meet. Mark, the reason for that is when you have a yes man posing as a coach, those kinds of things happen. You're right about that, Cowboys 6. Great observations. Redskins want Amari Cooper as well. Well, your Redskins, they need him as well as much as we do because you guys, you didn't draft well. You got a dude who got hurt on the bye week. Dobson cannot stay on the field. And you've got Thompson is hurt, and the other wide receiver's hurt too. So, yeah, definitely they're interested in him. So you had this love for the sport back then. You had all of that fuel, that ammunition, that hate. That's not really there that much anymore. Now the guys look at it as, hey, it's a game. Another game. I play for the Redskins for now. I might be with the Cowboys next year, so I'm not burning any bridges. We're swapping jerseys at the end of the game. We work out together. It's really different. And I'm not mad about the players. I'm not mad at the players for getting paid because what they do, they're actually taking years off their life for our enjoyment. They get paid well for it. And hopefully they take care of the money so they're taken care of after it. But it's still not the same. However, we need this win. And like I was talking about our wide receiver. So there's Amari Cooper out there. Amari Cooper, first-round draft pick. The Raiders are at a point of John Gruden literally imploding the team and doing a fire sale. First-round pick to me is a little high. I still question his football desire. And we've been down that road before when we have gone through and given up picks. However, after going through that list of wide receivers, you don't have exactly the cream of the crop as far as what these guys look like. Now, Cole Beasley, hey, Cole Beasley's my man. We got the hot sauce here autographed by him. Cole Beasley is a great player. But you still need a big possession receiver. I think Michael Gallup is gaining some skill. I think he can be that guy. I looked at that back shoulder fade. I love that. Not sure who the other guy really is going to be right now. Austin has been kind of cool having him out there as kind of that gadget player, but unfortunately his durability is a problem. Fortunately, the groin doesn't look like it's going to need surgery, so maybe he'll get back, but I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to put a lot of wear and tear on it. Garrett is a pimple pop, and the other pops are the real problems. Is Jerry. Well, you know, Jerry ain't going anywhere. Or if Jerry does go anywhere, it'll be his son taking over. Man, for $1 million, I'd do some shit worse than hurting myself. Okay. Jalen Smith is incredible. And see, now we have a problem. We got Sean Lee back. And that's the kind of problems that you want to have. Hey, Falcons Nation, you talk about me being annoying. Dude, all these damn emails that you keep sending me, you are literally like a stalker. Read between the lines. If you don't like what I'm doing, feel free not to watch. I don't work for ESPN. I don't get paid. This is my channel. You know what? If I want to get over and bend over and moon the camera, that's what I can do because guess what? This is mine. If you want something different, feel free to put your face out on YouTube and show me how it's done. Otherwise, either watch it and enjoy it or don't. And that's the last thing I will ever say to your stupid ass, other than your team is below 500. Yeah, you suck. Sean Lee ain't got it like that. Well, here's the thing. I tell you what. You got Jalen Smith right now playing out of his mind. Jalen looks like the real deal. Right now, the Cowboys look like geniuses for drafting him being injured. They've done that in the past to some players, and, you know, like Morris Claiborne, you know, had the wrist injury, could never stay healthy. That was, okay, Jalen Smith makes up for that one. Leighton Vander Esch, I know Cowboys Nation, when we looked at that, it was like, oh, are you kidding me? Dude's a beast. Next, Brian Urlacher. Brian Urlacher. Okay? Boy, that was a brain fart. And now you can rotate Sean Lee in there as well. So we can keep 3 great linebackers fresh. What more you want? Defensive line. You got David Irving back. He practiced this week. He's a little sore because he hasn't had any practice and stuff. You got Randy Gregory slowly coming on. You got Tyrell Crawford. You got Antoine Woods. Now you got Malik Collins back. Here's where we have hope. This is actually incredible right now. Let me pull this up real quick. When you look at the schedule, when you look at the schedule in the offseason, you look at it and say, oh my God, we've got such a bad schedule. We're going to be crap. We're going to have so many problems. Take a look at our schedule. Let me bring up the screen a little bit here. Don't moon us, please. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You keep putting $10 chats in there, I guarantee I will never moon. But don't worry. I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. Okay? Trust me. I was only kidding about that. Just trying to talk some trash to that idiot over there. In fact, we won't even put his name out there because I think he gets off on the fact that I'm actually talking about him. So we will just talk and say the sorry ass Atlanta Falcons dude. Okay. So as we look at our schedule here, okay, now we've already had the Jags. That was we kicked their butts. We lost to the Texans, grudge match on the road. We beat the Lions. Seahawks, we were beat down there. Got the Giants, and we had the Panthers. Now I want you to look at the rest of the schedule here. We got Redskins, Titans, Eagles, Falcons, Redskins, Saints, Eagles, Colts, Buccaneers, and Giants. What stands out with the rest of that schedule? What does it stand out with you guys? Look at that real good. Do you realize there's only 2 games on that schedule with a team with a winning record? 2 games, or 2 teams. Redskins and Saints. Everybody else is 500 or below. And I want you to look at our December schedule. Eagles, of course, which is always a tough game. We have Colts, we have the Buccaneers, and we have the Giants. How you doing, Jesse? Poppy 45, Cowboys 763, Fishful, Old Cash, Yin Yang, Matt. That December is pretty weak. If the Cowboys can get this win right here, go into that bye week, get their health on, that's not that bad. They can go on a run. What's up, Buck? Dak and Zeke, lead us to glory, run the play action. Sarah, how are you doing? So everything starts with this game. This game, to me, is huge. This game sets the tone for the rest of the season. Regardless of how you feel about Dak, regardless of how you feel about Jason Garrett, we'll deal with all that stuff when the season's over. But you look at that schedule, you have opportunities to be in there. I know the Rams are looking great. I know the Saints are looking great. But could it be that those guys are peaking early? I know the Eagles have started off slow, and the Eagles are still a team to reckon with. But the Redskins right now, they're really beat up. The Eagles are still really beat up. The Falcons, they're doo-doo. I think our defense can nullify their offense. And Colts, they got 1 win. Tampa Bay, well, there's no more magic there. And the Giants, well, they'll have fired their coach by then. Everybody will be packed up for the offseason. So that's why you can look at this and say you have hope. So all those people that are saying that, oh, well, we won't win 5 games, when you look at this, you have opportunities. Now, that's not to say that we will win them. But you got to say, it's not like we're playing Green Bay and then playing the Rams and all these other great teams and stuff where it's a killer schedule. There are opportunities there. Now, as far as Amari Cooper, part of the problem, I think, on the Cowboys offense is, and I'd like to see Rico's big body out there more. Thank D. Will, they need to play Rico more. But I think part of the problem is you keep throwing so many different guys out there at wide receiver. You need to settle on and say, these are the guys we're going to play mostly, and then throw one here or there. Forever Cowboys, you're right. You can't go, oh, man. Forever Cowboys. I was sitting there thinking about that. If the Cowboys lose, And they have to spend an extra night here. And then they're going to be in downtown D.C. going to the African American Museum. Ooh. That could be ugly. You do not want to have to spend another night in D.C. if you lose the game to your heated rivals and then go to the museum. Now, I got to be honest with you, though. That was one of the times that I had to look around and say, I'm really proud of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Really proud. When I started the show, I said, we can have different views and opinions and not have to hate each other. It actually hurts me inside, the fact that immediately if I talk about Okoye, let's say Okoye, for example, him and I have a difference of opinion on Des Bryant. Immediately, everybody's saying is, you and him hate each other. Oh, there's going to be a fight. No. What are you talking about? Just because he thinks one guy is good, I don't think that it works. We're supposed to hate each other? Cleveland, do you really have to ask if I'm proud of Jason Garrett? They did a better job last week. I'll give you that much. Okay?
Was that Jason Garrett or Dak Prescott calling them?
Well, there you go. Well, actually, they at least, well, there's Law Nation right there. Law, if you want to call in and get into the mix on here, let me know. Let me pull up Skype on here just in case.
You know what Jason Garrett did last week? Went back to his old roots. Started clapping. That's all I did last week.
Okay, and I'm fine with that. So as long as he's not messing up the situation and all that. Law, if you want to call in and join, please do, because I'm hyped up. They've gotten me worked up tonight. But listen, to go to the African American Museum is something I think everybody should go. It will give you a better understanding because it's not black history, it's American history. And maybe if people would have a conversation, you might understand more of what somebody else is thinking. And there's Daniel. Daniel's going to be riding over with us. How you doing tonight, Daniel? Daniel's going to be going with us to the game. We're actually, a bunch of us are meeting in my house. We're getting everything packed up. We're going to be leaving here at like 9 in the morning to get there. We'll be there setting up in line hours before we have to be there because we want to be hitting the ground running at 12 o'clock. But understand that if you listen to somebody else's point of view, you might understand a little more, and they might listen to yours. They might understand a little more, and maybe somewhere in the middle we can meet. No, it's not, Buck, but it's an opportunity for the Cowboys to go there. You can't exactly just walk up to the African American Museum. You actually have to go ahead and get a ticket online. It's free, but it's that busy of a museum, and it's actually life-changing. I've actually done some work in there. So I'm kind of proud of being part of that museum and stuff. So for them to go there, for Jerry Jones to go through there, maybe it might change some views a little bit. It might make people want to work together a little more. I'm just happy that that's going to happen. But with that being said, you can't lose that game and then go there on Monday. It will be hell. You'll have Redskin fans out there, taunting you and everything else. Well, Paul, you got a good point about that. The Cowboys are the only team that are not capitalized. But here's the thing. They're one of the youngest teams right now. They come next year, we got about $70 million in cap room. That's the opportunity to go ahead and maybe sign a player or two, get your other guys tied up. That, DeMarcus Lawrence, to get your running back, your quarterback, and things like that together. Hopefully there's a plan here because think about this now. Before you go ahead and kill them, understand where we stood at the beginning of the offseason last year. We had $19 million. Yes, I am actually from Virginia, born and raised in Virginia. Understand we had $19 million going to the offseason, knowing we had DeMarcus Lawrence, knowing we had Zach Martin we had to take care of, knowing we had needed depth on the offensive line. We needed depth at linebacker. We needed depth, everywhere. We had all of that stuff we had to do. There's no way you can address every single thing in one off season. But they got the cap in order. They got some depth on the offensive line. Offensive line isn't as good as it was in 2016, but it's an NFL offensive line. Oh, all those pork butts, as soon as I get finished online here, we're starting up the smoker and we're starting to smoke tonight. So I'll actually do a video out there just getting started with it. Raging Cajun, you've been to the museum and it was just all right to you? Okay. All right. Well, to each his own. I've been to a lot of museums, and that's one of my favorite ones. The World War II Museum in New Orleans is another great one, and everything else. Do the sub last ride. It'll change you. How many interceptions do we get in the game? Well, here's the thing with this game. I think this game is actually going to go and be more of an old school game because, let's be honest, this is the Cowboys and this is Redskins hated rivalries. The Redskins wide receivers, they're beat up. They're going to rely on Adrian Peterson. They're going to try and run the hell out of him. And, of course, we know we're going to run Zeke. We're going to do play action, and we're going to probably end up running Dak Prescott as well. So it's going to be a grudge match, and I think it's going to be a lot on the ground. So nobody fears the Eagles. Well, I'm not going to say I don't fear them, but the Eagles aren't the same team that they were last year. First of all, they are really beat up. Really beat up. So let's start with that. Let me get this right here, guys. Hold on. And change up the screen here. Hold on 1 second, Law.
No worries, man. Just do your thing.
Get you up on the screen. Everybody, I know you guys know Law Nation. Welcome to the house tonight, Law. Man, I got to tell you, I am ready to go ahead and lace them up for the Cowboys right now.
Right. Run out there on the field.
Paper right now. I don't know how you feel, but I think that this game is really important. I think this game is huge for the simple fact of we've got that bye week coming up. And if we can get this win, another win in our division, it gives you some momentum, gives you another week to go ahead and heal and get ready to try and get on a roll the second half of the season. Am I crazy about that?
No, man, you 1,000% right about that, man. When we win this game, we 2-0 in the division at that point.
Hold on. Kevorkian, dude, buddy, read between the lines. I'm a fraud. He only wants people's money. Dude, out of my own pocket, I'm actually doing this tailgate. Now, I've gotten about $150 worth of donations to help out with it, and I appreciate that, and I'm sure some people will give money on that as well. Are you staying up tonight till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning cooking? Are you getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and going through and buying all the food and everything else for this event? Are you going out and providing the tarp, the tent, the gas, and everything else? If you think that I am a crook, then you can take your happy ass the hell out of here, because I'm tired of taking crap from people in here that say I'm a fraud, I'm not really a Cowboy fan. All that. If you believe that kind of crap, go someplace else. Don't watch.
Preach, man. Preach it.
Because I got to tell you, that trip to Dallas, you know how many people we took care of out there.
Right.
I took a week off from working, got an RV, drove down there. I just don't understand the hate from people. But you know what? I'm not going to let that idiot in there mess with me. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of time people don't understand the small nuances that you have to do. They think that it's easy getting on the camera, talking to thousands of people about the Cowboys. And then on top of that, they never look at the small things that you do, like the camera. For a 4K camera, I spend over $1,000 for that, to the software, Camtasia, that's $349, just for the software, the internet speed, small things.
We don't even need to go through all that stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all of those things, but it is what it is. We do everything in love for the Dallas Cowboys. Looking forward to this week right here. We got to get this win. We must get this win. I think even Ezekiel Elliott know that he got to get this win for the nation. So we got to figure out a way, man, to just come out with the dub.
Well, here's the thing: the Redskins are beat up now, and that doesn't mean crap. I mean, we saw when you go back in the history of the Cowboys, we saw when the strike happened, the Redskins didn't cross the picket line. We had half our team show up and get their ass beat by the Redskins that were really, scabs. And the Redskins, to their credit, finally at least recognized the fact that the reason why they won that Super Bowl was their scab team won 4 games.
Right.
You can throw everything else out the window and stuff, but the Redskins wide receiver, Thompson is hurt. Dotson is always hurt, their number 1 pick that they had a couple years ago. That was a failed pick with them. He got hurt in the bye week. Got his heel kicked on the Monday practice during the bye week and hasn't been able to play since then. So wide receiver-wise, they're in pretty bad shape. Now, I was talking earlier about the guys that list you sent me of where everybody was drafted as far as wide receivers go. We don't have any thoroughbreds.
Yeah, and then a lot of people are just going back and forth. They were talking about, like, we was just talking about the undrafted guys as it relates to our team. But a lot of people would like to bring up the fact that, wait a minute now, Thielen is undrafted. Stephon Diggs is a guy that was late.
Hang on for 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on for 1 second here.
Go ahead. Do your thing. And remember, you guys are listening to Nothing But the Bass. While we waiting on Mark.
Matt, dude.
Back. What's up?
Sitting right here. Okay?
Uh-huh.
That's Jay Novacek right there.
Okay.
That's Lyle Collins right there. That's the Tyrone Crawford one. Okay? I will get them out, Matt. Okay? I will get them out. They're all sitting here. I haven't given them away. They're actually sitting here collecting dust. I have to find the list with the address on it, and I have to find a box to put them in. If you'd like, I can send it out without the box, but I haven't been able to find a box that'll fit this thing right that I can ship it in. And I haven't had time to go through and do that. So, dude, please email me again because I don't have your address. Jeez, flip. Okay, back to the conversation. So, Matt, please email me them, okay? Please email me your address. I can't find the list with those. I told you guys that before. All right, back to you, Law.
Oh, no, man, you regulator.
Oh, man, I'm fired up because I got some people that have got under my skin. There was a truck accident coming back up the road, so I spent 5 hours driving back from Waynesboro. I got 8 pork shoulders that I got to smoke starting tonight, so I'm going to be up all night with that, getting ready for the tailgate. And, I got everybody that's calling, that's meeting here. I'm trying to get this thing coordinated. Had to go to FedEx Field last night to get the parking passes. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on, so my patience is a little thin tonight. Anyway.
Yes, indeed. Guys, I want everybody that's in the chat box, if you are in that area, go to the tailgate because I heard there's news out there that Roger Goodell is trying to capitalize on everything possible, and he's trying to ban tailgates at the National Football League for the National Football game. That's Roger Goodell. He want people to utilize of going into the game and shutting down tailgates. There's actual news, guys. So
shutting down tailgates. Wait.
Yeah, he's trying to shut it down.
Why?
Because it's losing revenue as far as the NFL games. People are not putting their butts in the stadiums.
Really?
It's been down over the league nationally. And he's trying to develop a new ruling. And I don't know whether or not it's going to be due to the new CBA. I know it's nothing to do with football players, but normally they like to roll out new rules. So
this is true.
I'm not trying to just tell everybody, hey, just go out to the tailgate, but it's just one of those things that I heard from a prominent guy that does a lot of tailgates in this Dallas area, that Roger Goodell. And then there's an article that I have to share with you about that too. So, guys, it is what it is.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of true. Costco, you actually weren't tripping. Here's one thing that happened. I actually have 2 channels. This is my second channel. YouTube actually shut me down. They said I was actually spamming. And so this was my cooking channel. So when that one went down, I started using this one to make up because everybody was looking for me. That channel is actually up as well. So like if I'm at work and things, I'm posting videos on that one and posting videos here. So you weren't tripping. There's 7,000 on this one and 26 at the other one. The Redskins have a really good defensive line. You're right, Cam. Their defense is not bad, although they got lit up by the Saints.
They did, and this is the thing we have to be cautious of. 3-4 teams, you know, RPOs normally nightmare when you're up against a 3-4 team. You have more athletic guys on the edges there, and faster and quicker to those points. So we may have a little issue starting off, but I think that their offense is going to be so stagnant that we will be able to jump out, capitalize from their mistakes, and you'll see the top come off around third or fourth quarter. That's what I'm looking at.
Matt, I haven't seen your email, man. I've got a million emails that are going through right now with the tailgate and stuff. But please, if you move, then that's why I don't have your address then. Email me again and highlight it or something or other so it pops up, please. Okay? I'm not trying to, I'm not a crook. I'm not trying to be a crook. Things happen, okay? If you end up moving, when you moved, and you sent me a new email address, man, I got 3 different emails. You guys know how screwed up I am even setting up a live stream. I hate computers, okay?
Well, all Matt got to do is put that forwarding address on there. You can go online now. Go online and they'll forward it right to your new home address.
I can't believe that they actually want to cut down the tailgates because I tell you what, I mean, most tailgates, though, the guys go into the stands. I guess the thing that they lose, of course, is the concession money more than anything else. Because you're going to get your drunk on, your liquor on. But the prices, I mean, when you start talking about $7.50 a beer, a hot dog being $10 after you spent, a couple $100 for tickets, if you're lucky, only a couple $100. And at AT&T, a couple $100 only gets you in the nosebleeds.
Right.
I mean, they are literally turning you upside down, shaking every nickel out of you. Well, hopefully we'll be okay at FedEx Field. It's funny. This is a true story, guys. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, they always talk about, fans from other teams coming in. Don't let them come in there. Don't sell your tickets to them, because, this is our team. We don't want any of those Cowboy fans, right? So when I first started doing the tailgate here, I was trying to find out if I can do a group ticket sale. So that way anybody who'd want to get part of it, we could get tickets and all sit together, have a section together. And so I called the Redskins ticket line directly, the Redskins, and said, look, I'm doing a tailgate and everything else and trying to get some information on it. And I mentioned it online, but I didn't get that many people that were actually interested in getting tickets together. And I'm glad I didn't because, I don't want to go buy 20 tickets and I got to front the money on it and then might not get it. But the Redskins kept calling me like twice a week about getting tickets. And it was actually cool because if you're buying the tickets from StubHub, you're getting that $40 fee that's put on there. I ended up going yesterday picking up tickets from the Redskins directly in there with Cowboys gear on. Me and Michael Anthony Fitness, okay? Got 2 tickets, lower level, got my parking passes and everything else from the Redskins, and they hounded me to death. So you're talking about Redskins, Cowboys, they are hounding me to buy tickets. So they got a lot of tickets still left.
Yes, indeed. I heard that they're having problems filling that stadium.
It's it's a dump. It is. Yeah. I've been to
FedEx Field,
I think about 12 or 13 different stadiums in the NFL. It's the worst. It's got obstructed views. You got ones that's literally like being in a cave where you can't see the ball go up when it's punted. There's ones where you can only see from the 10-yard line in and the 10-yard line in. I mean, it's just bad. But it's Redskins Cowboys, Got to go to that one.
Yeah, it's Redskins Cowboys, man. We're going to have to figure out a way. I want us to jump out quick. If we jump out quick on them, I don't think that Alex Smith is a guy that can just really will back the team. So I just feel like if we can jump out quick, somehow one way or another, whether it be our defense or whether it be Dak Prescott squeezing the ball down the field to maybe, I guess, Bryce Butler because Tavon is out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who's the active? Do you know anybody who's on active?
Well, actually, hold on. Let me back that up. Actually, Bryce is everybody practiced today, with the exception of Austin, Travis Frederick, and I'm trying to think who else didn't. But we are about as healthy as can be, because I think actually Bryce Butler is okay.
So it's going to be the lineup is going to be Gallup, Allen Hearns,
And Cole.
Cole. Okay, and then they'll sprinkle in Butler.
Right.
I believe. Okay. Did they bring up Lance Lenore from the practice squad or?
Not as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
Now, we know Terrence Williams, of course, he's on injured reserve. He's got the 3-game suspension. How you feel about the whole Amari Cooper?
Oh, man.
I think they're asking first round to me is too much.
Yeah. No. You good. I think about Amari Cooper is that he got a high upside. Although I know a lot of people were saying the other day that they would rather have Dez Bryant back.
That's what I'm sitting there thinking.
Amari Cooper. But you can talking about 6 years apart. You know, you can still remember this, Cowboys Nation. Cole Beasley actually said that this year was the first year that he actually started learning route concept from Sanjay Lyles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you sprinkle Sanjay Lyles in on top of Cooper, that can help him out, and then that would just give the team a little bit more credibility as far as playing wide receiver on the outside, because you still have to respect Cooper, whatever number, I was going to say number 89, but whatever number he decided to wear, if he so happened to come on the Cowboys roster, you still have to respect him. And then you can kick Michael Gallup into the inside or play the wide position or the Z position or what have you. So I would look at that as a long-term possibility, because now I think Amari Cooper is 23 or 24 years old.
No, you're right.
Yeah, he's still young. So, I mean, you got somebody that you can work with. Yes, he lead the league in drop passes. Yes, that's a problem or issue that he got. But I think that a change of scenery under a different location, I think that he will blossom and he'll look good on this offense.
Okay, all right. So, okay, let's look at it this way. Okay, let's think about it from the other standpoint. Okay, you bring him in for a number 1 pick. If you don't bring him in and you just bite the bullet with the guys you have, or let's say hypothetically you went ahead and just said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and bring Dez back in and just basically keep Dez for the season. Wouldn't you look at saying next year at that number 1 pick, look at the wide receiver position?
Wait a minute. Are you saying we give the Raiders the number 1 draft pick?
No. I wouldn't. No.
Right.
Technically, that's what they're asking for. They could pull a Seattle and go ahead and stay tight with that, you know, and end up with getting nothing, you know, like Seattle basically did. Seattle screwed the pooch on that one. But if we're talking about having to give up a number 1 pick, if that's what it's going to cost, wouldn't we be better served with drafting a wide receiver next year? With a number 1? And I know wide receivers,
I'm a
generally
defensive
speaking,
guy.
take it. You're thinking defense?
Why not better your best? I mean, at this point, you're already top of the world with the defense right now, but we still need a guy that's stingy with the ball, right? We still need somebody that can take the ball away from the opposition. Right now, I love what Byron Jones is doing. I love what Cheeto is doing. I love what all our guys are doing. But the only playmakers that we got on defense is the Jeff Heaths of the world. Maybe you can sprinkle in Xavier Woods, but nobody's really snatching the ball away that you really want out there, right? So what I'm looking at, maybe if you can have a dynamic safety out of this draft, or maybe you can draft a big burly plug that you can put it into the middle like a one-tech.
But here's the problem though.
Go ahead, talk to me.
If it ends up being that the Raiders want that number 1, you don't have that number 1 to get that guy on the defense with that number 1 pick.
Right, you wouldn't have that, you know.
So the question then becomes is, do you rent Dez Bryant for the rest of this season and use that pick for the guy that you want either as a wide receiver or on the back end? Or do you try and talk him down and see if you get it from a second? What's reasonable to you?
Well, you know, Dez Bryant is out of the loop. I just think that he burned the bridge too bad. Although, you know, you look at Bryce Butler, you can argue the fact that he did the same. But Bryce Butler never went on and on and on and on and on.
Well, see, you know what? He had the opportunity because this is where people say you're full of crap. But see, when Dez was talking about soon, he was talking about the Cowboys.
True that.
Because if he was talking about signing with somebody soon and it wasn't the Cowboys, then he would have been working. You would have heard him working out with somebody or signing with somebody. Once the Cowboys came through and said, no, that's a dead deal, that's not going to happen, you knew he was talking about the Cowboys. And I think the Cowboys were, at least I was told, the Cowboys were planning on bringing him in for a workout, but they didn't like the fact that he was already on social kind of hinting at it and everything else. It was kind of like, you know what? He ain't changed any. It's kind of like when you take back that crazy girlfriend and all that because you remember the good times and things like that, but then you realize she's still crazy.
Yeah, you already know how that goes, man. I think that Dez Bryant was just too emotional, and I think that when we beat Detroit, that was like the staple piece. Like, well, we still in the mix. We still winning home games at least. So, and then you look at also, from a marketing perspective, because I know Jerry Jones is doing it. He's a salesman at first. Dak Prescott still leading in sales. I think he's second place. And then on top of that, I saw Ezekiel Elliott name up there. So they making money off of marketing and ticketing as long as we win in the home games. So I don't think that Jason Garrett or Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones are able to get together and say, okay, these are the ramifications if we bring Dez back, and these are not the ramifications. So I just think that it won't happen. I could be wrong.
Victor, any kind of rum is good rum for Joe Boo. If I tell you, Ron Zappa is like incredible rum. That's Joe Boo's favorite. But even Bacardi Black Label is actually pretty good too for an inexpensive rum. Forgot Joe Boo's refill there. All right, to me, I think that this is going to be an old school game. I think we're going to see a lot of running between AP and Dak Prescott. AP and Zeke Elliott. What do you think are going to be the keys for our Cowboys?
The key for our Cowboys
to get wins.
RUN, run the ball. And then on top of that, if I think that all this year, there's a crazy stat out there. When Dak Prescott have 0 turnovers, we win in the game. So, and then on top of that, when Dak Prescott runs the ball for more than 7 carries,
I think actually it's when he has 1 touchdown pass and 0 interceptions. I think it's 18-0 or 19-0. Yeah, right.
So to take care of the ball, my brother, from another mother, Dak Prescott.
I don't know if you saw me earlier because I got pissed off from Kevorkian and the suicide doctor, I believe it is in here. I think he's trying to get me to go ahead and get assisted suicide or something by the way he kind of set me off about Dak Prescott. I was talking about Derek Carr because we know the Raiders right now are about to go fire sale. He might be on the trade block. Hell, he might end up in New York just like his brother did right now because they're just basically saying we're just going to have to start all over. Let's get everything we can get. When I said last year that Derek Carr has regressed as much as Dak Prescott, everybody said, no, you're crazy.
Right.
But their numbers were – listen, check this out. Hold it. Let me see what I've got them right here. Last year, he had 22 touchdown passes, 13 interceptions for 3,400 yards, 86 QBR. Dak Prescott, 22 touchdown passes, 13 interceptions, 3,300 yards, 86.6 QBR. Aren't those the same numbers?
Right.
22 and 22 and 13 and 13. And as bad as Dak has been, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We won't talk about the rushing touchdowns. Derek Carr,
They just throw those out. That just never happened.
Okay.
Right?
Derek Carr has 7 touchdown passes, exact same number as Dak, with 8 interceptions. And their QBR, he's an 88. Dak is an 85. So somehow Derek Carr was 60 last year in the top 100. Dak Prescott was the worst quarterback in the NFL. Am I crazy?
Well, all this going to sound like to those, because remember, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. They always going to say, oh, you're making excuses. Think about this, too.
He's still Amari Cooper. Okay.
Right. He still got, but think about this, too. Do you have last year's stats of Matt Ryan?
I can get him real quick.
Yeah. Pull him up for me.
Matt Ryan had less touchdown passes than Dak Prescott last year.
Right. And then think about this, too. All of the weapons. Oh, my God. Right. All of the weapons.
And when I said that, they're like, how dare you compare Matt Ryan to Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott it's like, wait a minute. Do you realize that He had a worse playoff record than Tony Romo his first 4 years. He was 0-4.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. So when you look at Matt Ryan last year, with Julio Jones,
right,
he had 20 TD passes and 12 interceptions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Dak Prescott, as bad as he played, had 2 more touchdowns than he did, and only 1 more interception. And that doesn't count that Dak had 6 rushing touchdowns. And I'm not saying, and don't get me wrong, guys, Dak has to improve.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But we're talking about Matty Ice, who's been in the league for 10 years. 10 years.
Dak
has been there for 3, and he don't have Julio Jones, Sanu, and all these guys that he's got weapons. So give the guy a break. Give him some time. And I know what it was that set me off, because there's like, oh, you don't pay Dak anything. You should give him a 3-year, $25 million contract.
3 year. Wait a minute. Hold on. Say it again.
3 years, $25 million total.
All right. Let's bring it home like this, though. Let's do this. Let's do this then. And I can feel the people paying Dak Prescott $100 million. I can feel it paying. But let's just do this. Why not go with the Kirk Cousins treatment? Franchise him. You
mean Kirk Cousins that Dak beat 4 times in a row? You mean Kirk Cousins that Dak has never lost to? Has beat him 4 times in a row? That Kirk Cousins?
Right. That Kirk Cousins. Although, Kirk Cousins is a natural thrower of the ball, but he loves to give gifts away. And he's, I guess he's related to Eli. They got to be first cousins. And
I've seen, you know what? Was it last year?
Right.
No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he gave us a gift in the 4th quarter because they were about to score. They were in the red zone. They would have been up 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. He throws a pick in the end zone. Dak Prescott took the team down the field. Alfred Morris runs it in, gives the baseball bat, and we go away with the win.
Yes, indeed.
He
throws the pick.
I think Dak has, I want to say Dak has 10 4th quarter comebacks in his short career.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he's Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying that he can't be. But I think if we had a coach who could coach him a little better, and we had some receivers that can catch the ball that's in their hands a little bit better, that he might have some better numbers.
Yeah. But I come away with in accepting the fact that Jerry Jones is not going to depart away from Jason Garrett. So, although I love to see Lincoln Riley on this offense, but it just won't happen. I love to see a Lincoln Riley's of the worlds or the Harbaugh guy, but it's not going to happen.
Well, hey Cam, Cam said unless Dak ends up putting up MVP numbers, you got to franchise tag him. You know what the franchise tag will be by the time his contract is done? It'll be over $30 million.
I think it's right now at 22 mil right now.
Right now, but with all these new contracts that are going up, that franchise tag. Remember, Kirk Cousins was 21 his first year he got tagged. It was 25 his second. So it's going to be, by the time you have all these new contracts, Aaron Rodgers now in the mix and everything else, I guarantee it's going to be closer to $30 million. Because really the Cowboys don't have to do anything till the end of next year.
True that.
So you're looking at not only where it is now, where will it be the end of the following season. So it could be over $30 million just for franchise tagging for a year. And the Redskins screwed the pooch on that one because they could have signed Kirk to a long-term deal a couple of years ago, and it wouldn't have cost them $50 million for that long-term contract. So, that's the game you're playing. And right now you look at DeMarcus Lawrence. If he ends up continuing and playing really well, what he's going to end up getting paid if the Cowboys decide to keep him.
It's just one of those things that I believe that, billionaires, they don't like to be told wrong, right? Yeah. So when Kirk Cousins said, you like that? You like that? Mm-hmm. I think he was pointing to the GM and he was pointing to the owner and things like that. Billionaires, they'll scoff at that. They look at it like, okay, wait a minute. You're going to do all of that.
Well, you know what?
Do all that. You better win me a trophy. You better win me a couple playoff games.
I tell you what.
He didn't deliver. They said, okay.
I think Kirk Cousins got the best of that deal getting out of Washington because the Washington Redskins are a dead end when it comes to quarterbacks. They have ended too many of their careers there.
They did,
All right, so here's the thing. For whatever reason, this year is the reverse year. Last year we were 3-5 at home and 6-2 on the road. This year we haven't gotten a win at all. We get our first road win this weekend. We're 1.5-point underdogs.
I thought this was a home game for us.
There will be a lot of Cowboy fans, I can tell you that.
Yes, this is going to be a home game for us.
We've won 4 years in a row, but I say throw that out the window. And I got to tell you that here in D.C., on the Sports Talk 980, they've been bringing back all of the old Hall of Fame Redskins and stuff, man. They've had a lot of Cowboy ones in there, too, because they had Hollywood on there yesterday, which was great, and Ed Too Tall Jones. But they've been having Joe Theismann's and the Dave Butts and all these guys. And they're quiet in Washington. For Josh Norman, basically, I think he learned that you don't want to call out Dak Prescott.
Right. Challenge accepted.
He was out there talking nice about, Cole Beasley, man. He's a great wide receiver. The things him and Dak do are just incredible. And it's been almost too low-key with the Redskins. You know, famously, we had their running back a few years back said nobody cares about the Cowgirls. And they ended up shutting his ass up to, I think, about 18 yards.
Right. What was his name?
Really
Fat Rob?
Fat Rob.
Something?
That's what his nickname was Fat Rob. I don't know, man. I feel good, but I'm scared. Make me feel good about this, man.
Well, I heard that they're going to bring back number 50, and he's a tackling machine. So we're going to have 3 dominant linebackers out there. I love what LVE is doing, but they're going to bring back number 50.
That's a hell of a rotation. If you keep those 3 guys fresh, oh, my God.
Oh, and then you got David Irvin. I can't call him Belly Irvin no more. He's doing his thing. Got commercials going on over here in the Dallas metro area. He got a law firm commercial going on out here. So I think that he's going to be ready, amped to play. And is Malik Collins playing, guys? Let me know.
He is. Well, he played last week. He got a half a sack last. He's got 2 sacks in the season. That's what.
Man, where I been?
Okay, this is where. Do you realize that right now, looking at the schedule, that we only have 2 teams that have a winning record right now on our schedule left? The Redskins and the Saints. Everybody else is 500 or below. We are about as hell. Okay, Malik Collins he's got 2 sacks now. You got David Irving, who's he just needs to get his legs underneath him. You see, Randy Gregory last week had a pretty good game. He's getting his legs underneath of you. Antoine Woods is still there, Tyrone Crawford, and now you're getting a Sean Lee into the mix. This is about as healthy as we've gotten or been at this time of year. And shout out to our training staff, because usually we're dealing with a whole bunch of hamstring issues. So that's where, if we can get a win here and go into the bye week and let these guys heal up a little bit more and go through this second half of the season, you got to look at some momentum. This game, to me, is huge. Good night, Jackie. We will see you later on. We're going to be off here soon because I got all them pork shoulders I got to get going on.
Good night, Jackie.
But
salute to you.
I'm still scared because it's the Redskins, man. I've seen some strange things happen with these guys.
The only thing I'm mad about the Redskins is they got rid of Orlando Scandrick and they moved him over to the Kansas City Chiefs. I wanted to see that matchup, but it is what it is. I think that if we can figure out a way to still continue to run the ball, snatch the time of possession from them, and just play that type of football, we'll win. I guess I already put my score prediction 28-13 out there. So I think that we'll win along with those parameters.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited, man. Like I said, I may not sleep until Monday. I just am that hyped this week. I'm just like I've just drank 2 gallons of coffee or something. But tell everybody about one of the stuff that you're doing with the Miller Lite Suite and everything else.
Yes, for those who just don't like the Cowboys but love them, hit me up. We got a sponsorship deal that pretty much all of us are a part of, even you, Mark. It's called the Cowboys Experience. It's www.cowboysexperience or do Cowboys #XP. And what they do is they try to reach out to people who just never been to a game before, who from afar, who never really got a chance to be around players like the Drew Pearsons of the world, the Bryce Butlers, the Allen Hearns, the Cole Bees, And also we have Travis Frederick coming around. And these guys are all into the loop of the Cowboys experience that we rotate. And you have a chance to have live photo takes and autographs from them on the Saturday before the game. And then on the game, we do have some discount rates as far as ticketing. Everybody know that ticket prices are like what, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for like those VIP suites and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do is we got a package plan that you only thing that you have to be responsible for is pretty much buying your own plane ticket. But within that package, they have a packaging for like the entire trip, or like far as the hotel stay, you stay in the embassy suites, and then you will have the experience on that Saturday, meeting and greeting Drew Pearson and things like that for like $500 per person. That's not bad at all.
You know what? Years ago, I did a package. It actually cost me $900 with airfare and stuff, and it wasn't at NBC Suites. We were out in the middle of a Ramada, someplace way outside town, and we had like nosebleed seats and stuff. I mean, we had a great time because it was like a whole Redskin group, and I was, of course, there with them, the black sheep, so to speak, and stuff. We had a great time. We ended up kicking their ass, but it was like $900. So if you're talking about $500, and you're in the Miller Suite, right?
Well, you're
in a suite though, right?
You're in a suite or what have you, but with that pricing now, of course, prices are subject to change. So I don't want people to think to say, hey, I pay $500, I get a chance to do all this thing. But one thing that I can guarantee you with the $500 is that you will be grouped into the Cowboys experience and get a chance to shake Drew Pearson's hands and get a chance to meet whoever the Cowboys players that we bring out to the event on Saturday. And then on top of that, the guy that's doing and hosting the deal, he will have a concierge, like a bus to pick you up from the embassy, and it's real nice over there in Frisco and Plano area. He'll pick you up and drop you over at the Lava Cantina, and then it will take you to the actual football game. So you'll be riding and rolling with nothing but the best. But it's just one of those things as far as those pricing. Sometimes you will have to pay a little bit more as far as depending on the rates. But it's along the lines of who you're playing. Depending on who you're playing, and especially if you get down to the nitty gritty of playoff time. So, but you still have a comfortable, reasonable pricing, because that's just the bottom line. We want to be able to bring in people who never been to a game before to enjoy themselves watching and seeing the team that they love.
Well, I tell you what, you can put me down for the Saints game right now.
Yes, is that a Monday night game?
Is that a Monday night?
Let me know.
It's after the Thanksgiving game, isn't it?
Yeah, that Monday night after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is. It's a Monday night, 8:20 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still working on seeing whether or not we're still going to have the event that Sunday opposed to that Saturday, because normally the event is on a Saturday. So I will get with him and we'll reach out to you, Mark Holmes, and especially Miss Jackie and Sarah, whoever roll with you coming down there to the Cowboys game.
Oh man,
let us know so we can just really pump this thing up, man. Everybody be crunk, and we get a chance to ask the original 88, And trust me, when you speak to Drew Pearson,
he's cool.
He cool. He ain't sugarcoating nothing.
I actually met him. Trying to remember what Super Bowl. I met him years ago and stuff. And I actually got a picture with Joe Boo with him and stuff, and he's really cool. So yeah, that would definitely be a great experience. But I'm going to be down there, and I'm looking at the schedule right now. I want to say the Saints.
The Saints game, okay.
We got the Titans on the first week, but I'm just coming back from that vacation. I can't do Thanksgiving down there.
Right.
And unless I could do the Eagles, but that's a little bit later in December. That's the very next week. But I think, so anybody who's going to the Saints game, you need to definitely hook up with Law and check out that. And I'm going to be there, so maybe we can all watch a game together, which will be fun. So with that being said, final word, Law. Tell everybody where to find you. And I didn't even have the camera on me, did I? You're looking at a blank screen, aren't you? There we go.
Yeah, I can see you now. But hey, guys, you guys can find me. I got several platforms, but now I'm pushing Facebook. I really want you guys to come out there. support Facebook page. That will be Laws Nation. That's LAWS Nation. Join me on Facebook. Hit me on Twitch. Hit me on Twitter. And hit me on Instagram with the same sub name there. And then also, guys, you already know where to find me on YouTube. Law Nation, LAW Nation on YouTube. And also, I'm on these other platforms called a podcast. You name the podcast. My sponsors got me on those podcasts. So go and hit that up too. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute.
All right, man. And actually, I keep forgetting that, I actually have a Facebook Jobu Sports Report channel too. If you guys do Facebook, and I know YouTube and Facebook people are usually different kinds of people, but if you can go ahead and show me some love on that YouTube channel as well. Because here's the thing. I don't know about the YouTube bots, the Terminators, because they've shut my channel down twice. Still don't know exactly why, but you never know. We had the YouTube meltdown just the other day where it just shot down for a couple hours. So if you worry about losing the Jobu Sports Report, make sure you check me out on Vimeo, Jobu Sports Report, and Jobu Sports Report on Facebook. And anybody else who is interested in the tailgate, we're going to be at Green Lot A. Let me say again, Green Lot A. It's on the side where the parking structure is. Come in on Central Avenue. You can actually take the metro if you want to. They have shuttles that come in that'll bring you from the metro station because it's about a mile away. But it's easy to get in and out of. We're going to have people who are going to be there. We're going to have TVs and everything else. So if you actually just want to stay and hang around a bunch of Cowboys fans, here at the stadium, you can stay out and not have to buy a ticket. Or if you're buying a ticket and going to the game, we'll be there as soon as the lots open at 12. So come by and see us. You never know who might show up. But as always, guys, I want to thank everybody for all the support. I got 8 pork shoulders that I got to get started smoking tonight because game day starts early here at Jobu's Man Cave. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, go to my Facebook page, Cowboy Jobu, and you can get everything you need. And Sarah, I like your score, 27-3. Okay, I'd love to see that, but we'll see. And also, final thing, again, you may like or not like me or whatever. That's cool. But there are a lot of Cowboy YouTube sites out there. You got my man Law Nation. You got my Cowboys family who's in here right now. You got Michael Anthony Fitness. You've got lots of them. Give them your support because regardless of what you may think, this is a lot of work, and we all try and bring you the best content on the Dallas Cowboys.